Hey, looking for a hire car, little ladies? Well, I need to see some money or traveler's checks. Uh-huh, post office.
Sponsors of Wish You Were Here.
Hello and welcome to Wish You Were Here. This week I'm in Kerala on the southwest tip of India. Cruising the waterways like this allows you to experience Indian life along the riverbank. In Tanzania, Roger Owen's on safari.
Shouldn't be laughing as well, okay.
Minnie Mouse meets Dermot Murnaghan and his 3 daughters as they check out the new theme park in Paris. And are there still summer holidays on the shelves? Russell Amarasekara has an update. Travel with us on Wish You Were Here. This once used to be a rice boat that plied the backwaters here in Kerala. It's now been converted into a houseboat, and I'm on a 3-day cruise into an India that you will just never see by road. It's right off the tourist trail, yet the service is spectacular. Thank you very much. Now, any story in India starts as soon as you hit the ground. Kerala's no exception, and my gateway was Cochin. Cochin is a mixed curry of cultures and religions. For 500 years, it was dominated in turn by the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the British, all out to control the lucrative spice trade. It was named Cochin during the days of the British Raj, when we thought we would stay forever. Cochin's most photographed sites are not buildings, but fishing nets. Huge cantilevered contraptions that were introduced by Chinese traders some 600 years ago. They need at least half a dozen people to control them. Then I'm on the road for the hour-and-a-half's drive to Aleppi in that upright Indian classic, the Ambassador. I'm on my way to join the houseboat that will take me through the backwaters of Kerala. Wow, it's a lot more plush than I expected. Namaste.
Namaste.
Whoa! Nancy, got to be pretty agile to get up that. Houseboats that sail the backwaters range in size and comfort. Traditionally, they're made largely from woven bamboo and coir, tough coconut fibre that's grown along the banks. You can pay for just a cabin or charter the entire boat, as I've done. You're looked after by a crew of 3. It's all very soothing and relaxing. Well, this is lunch, served on a banana leaf. I can't identify most of it, but it smells really nice. And this is Matthew. He's looking after me on the boat. Matthew, this smells beautiful. So what have we got here? This is dal, isn't it? I recognise this.
Curry.
And what about these green things over here?
This is okra.
Okra, ladies' fingers.
Yes.
In southern India, you eat with your hand, don't you?
Yes, by hand eating.
And it's got to be with your right hand, definitely, 100% your right hand. Don't use your left, even if you're left-handed. To put it bluntly, that's your toilet hand. Not being very elegant here. With your meal, you'll be served water, soft drinks or beer. But if you want anything stronger or mixers, buy them duty-free on the way out. The houseboat will stop whenever you want for trips ashore to local villages. Gopu is my guide this afternoon. It's quite a small village, but would you say it's fairly typical for the area?
It's typical because these people are mainly dependent on the backwaters.
So what's the main industry here? Is it rice? These are paddy fields, aren't they?
Yeah, paddy fields are there and fishing, that's their main source of income.
Another income is from the production of coir, the stuff used to make the boats. Soaked coconut husks have their fibres ripped apart by this machine, and then they're spun into rope. It's incredibly strong and is even used to hold together the roofs of houses. This is fascinating, the way it just strings come from nothing.
It really works like a magic, right?
It really does. Coconut trees also provide an alcoholic drink called toddy. The toddy doesn't come from the nuts, it comes from a branch, is that right?
It's from the tender branch which comes.
In fact, it takes days to fill a pot, drip by drip, and then a couple more to ferment it.
It's not necessary to take the toddy after the fermentation only. Even you can have it fresh from the tree itself.
I can smell it now.
Yeah. Can you give her some? feel the smell and the taste.
Oh God, that is nice.
Isn't it nice?
That's lovely.
Okay,
I think I
thank
would
you.
like it after the fermenting though as well. There are 2 cabins on board, and there's plenty of room inside to store your suitcase. Not that you actually need one. I've just brought this because we're only here for 3 days. There's a fan to keep you cool, and here's your wardrobe. But the bathroom is the most impressive thing. Tiled with a flushing toilet on a boat. So now it's time for my first night on board, and I'm wondering what it's going to be like. It's pretty humid. Well, last night was surprisingly pleasant. It was calm, it was quiet, and it was actually very cool, but I did have to keep the fan on all night. But the main tip is drop your mosquito net before the sun even starts to go down, because we're on a freshwater lake in the tropics. There's lots of mosquitoes around, and you don't want to trap the little blighters in here with you. There are over 900 miles worth of backwaters in Kerala. We've travelled down rivers, across vast lakes, down lush green canals. Even dry land is wet because it's all paddy fields. Hiya. A whole flotilla of ducks. I've never seen so many ducks in one go. Duck shepherd. Another good reason to step ashore is to try Ayurveda, on offer along the riverbanks. It's an ancient treatment which, amongst other things, uses oil infused with herbs to treat disorders of the body. So it's not just massage.
No, this massage is a part of the treatment only.
It feels tremendous. It feels really good as well.
Thank you.
And the most ridiculous thing is, when the British colonised India, they tried to ban this because they thought it was witchcraft and spiritual nonsense. And how stupid. To be honest, you wouldn't come all the way to India just for the 3-night cruise. Kerala has some fantastic beaches. You can combine a stay at a resort hotel like the one at Marari, which is about an hour from Cochin, with a few nights on one of the houseboats. India is a magical place. I fell in love with it first when I travelled here as a student. I have been back on holiday since, but I would say this is the first trip that's really captured that spirit. Combining a beach holiday with the cruise costs £988 per person. This is for 11 nights bed and breakfast at the Marari Beach Resort and 3 nights on the houseboat with all meals. The price also includes return flights and transfers, and that's with JMC Holidays. Last month saw the opening of a brand new theme park right next door to where Mickey Mouse lives in Paris. So we sent along 3 children and 2 grown-ups to check it out. Dermot Murnahan made the journey with his daughters Kitty, aged 10, Molly, who's 4, and Alice, who's just 3. Oh, and Uncle Patrick went along too for support.
3 hours from London by train and a surprise greeting at our hotel.
You want to say hello? Look who it is. Oh, which one do you like best? You like Minnie best? Minnie as well. Sorry, Mickey. Big yellow bus.
Then, bags dropped off, it's onto the courtesy bus for the 5-minute ride to Disneyland.
Well, where are we? Quite a long walk from here, actually. Okay, here we are, the entrance.
But not for long, the future is coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on, it's coming on.
We decided to put the new theme park on hold and start with the old favourites. First, Main Street, USA.
Do you think he's quite a dribbly dog? Where did you kiss Molly? On his tongue. Was it wet? Aladdin walked straight past us and we missed his autograph. What a miss. The thing is, some of the lesser characters, it's really hard to remember their names.
I know.
That is Baloo.
I don't know which bear it is, but it's certainly not Baloo. The Baloo I know is not wearing an orange hat.
Do you know how many you've got? 9. 9?
Hello.
Oh my goodness, look what I've got.
Next, Fantasyland, a real winner for the under 5s, but can be a bit dodgy for the grown-ups.
You have to start on the small one, Dad.
Kitty, I feel stupid on this
Not
horse.
stupid as you look.
Oh, well, it's better than the carousel. Oh, I thought I was going to be sick. Was Patrick a scaredy cat? It's a small world. Oh, my word.
I've never seen so many dogs.
Leprechauns! Well, hey, Begorra. If you stayed in here too long, you would just lose all touch with reality. The only thing about the resort here in Paris is, of course, it's in northern Europe, so you've got the rain to contend with.
And that's why the majority of the park is undercover. But our main reason for visiting the resort was to try out the new Walt Disney Studios park. It combines a behind-the-scenes look at film and TV production with the more familiar fun of the fair rides.
Look, the Armageddon ride.
As in Armageddon out of here.
Oh, it's coming down my neck.
The new theme park also lets you into the secrets of animation, and kids can create their own cartoons.
It's Mickey after a visit to the plastic surgeon. It's lucky he lives in Hollywood.
And another How It's Done attraction, staged by the man who created stunts for the James Bond film.
They're trying to catch the red one. That's how Uncle Patch drives, isn't it?
And audience participation, but I'm not too sure about Kitty's girl racer skills. Thank goodness her feet are stuck firmly on the ground.
Did you think you were driving it for real?
No, because I saw him.
You saw him. My favourite bit, though, was at the end when he said, don't try this at home. Like I'm going to get in my people carrier, set it on fire.
That's what you do anyway, you drive mad.
Clearly, queuing can be a bit of a pain in all theme parks. What they've done here to try and get rid of some of that pain is introduce this fast pass system. It's very straightforward. It means you take your entry ticket, put it in one of these machines, and lo and behold, I should be getting a guaranteed time slot for this busy ride. There we are. Take my ticket. 14:40 means we can go off and have lunch, come back later. It's got a ham in it.
Yes, it's a cock, Monsieur Dad, because I know how you say
Alice.
that. 'Cause I know
You were scared of the thunder?
the fire.
The fire. I was a bit scared too.
Now it's my turn, persuaded by Kitty.
Now, you sure this is a wise idea?
The rock and roller coaster accelerates from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And a bit of a tip here, don't go for that croque monsieur before this one.
That's so cool.
How did you talk me into that? I don't think I can walk straight. Did you like it?
Yeah.
I think I'll recover. Look at me. That's
I
one.
have my eyes shut.
That's one for the Murnahan family album.
As the evening drew on, it was time for our grand finale, a taste of the Old West in the heart of France. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show is definitely one for all the family, but if you're over 3, you will pay extra from £19 to £31 for supper and the show.
That's Buffalo Bill. Well, that really was the pièce de résistance, as they say over here. 5-star, high-octane entertainment, no doubt about it. Molly loved it, Kitty loved the horsemanship, and little grumpy Alice there, even she was won over as well. And they served a crumble to boot. You just can't do better than that, can you? All right, you just
At the moment, this package, which includes 2 nights bed and breakfast at the Newport Bay Hotel and a 3-day theme park pass, costs £999. That's for a family of 4, and includes return rail travel from London and a free luggage transfer from the station to your hotel. And that's with Eurostar Holidays Direct. Don't go away, there's all of this still to come on Wish You Were Here. An African safari.
Jumbo.
We join Rodrigo in Tanzania. And if you haven't booked your holiday yet, Russell Amrasekara has some ideas.
Post Office, sponsors of Wish You Were Here. Post Office, sponsors of Wish You Were Here.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to Kerala. So, what's happening in the travel industry? Well, Russell Amrasekara has the latest.
Tour tour operators have cut the number of holidays on sale this year by 15 to 20%, which has been matched by a drop in bookings.
Pretty grey and murky out there. Great time to get away, I reckon.
In spite of the weather, there seems to be a reluctance to commit to packaged summer breaks. It's hard to know why. It may simply be a dip in the economy, or perhaps UK holidays are more popular this year.
Most peak summer holidays are usually sold out by now. For some reason this year, families are holding back.
There's still good availability in the peak summer, but just because business is slack, it doesn't mean you can find deals for school holidays. In fact, the opposite is true.
Now, the best times to go are May, June and September, but July and August holidays are going to be the last to be discounted because it's during these months that the holiday companies tend to make all their profits.
If you can travel at off-peak times, there have never been better bargains.
If you're looking for a short-haul deal, then it's got to be Greece, Cyprus or Turkey.
There are cheap breaks in Corfu with Nielsen, and Cosmos is offering savings of 47% at the Camera Apartments in June.
And if you're looking for a long-haul bargain, then I would look out for Florida, Dubai or Egypt.
Oztravel are offering 5-star accommodation at £449 per person, and Eclipse have 4-star accommodation at the Radisson Resort in Florida. I'm off to go and find my own bargain. Happy holidays, everyone.
Book up for an African safari with most tour operators and you'll end up with a standard package. And there's nothing wrong in that. But if you're more flexible in your approach, you can build in a whole range of activities that adds another dimension to your holiday. Rodrigo in Safari in Tanzania starts with a few close encounters.
Loads of them. Ah, the baby.
I'm in Lake Manyara National Park, checking out the local wildlife.
Hey. There's a monkey crossing the road there.
Four-wheel drive safaris are the traditional way of getting close to the animals and are usually included in the price of your holiday.
This is something new and a completely different way to see animals. A game drive on water.
That does cost extra, and it's not something you'll get on your average safari package. Lake Manyara takes up about 2/3 of the national park, and as my guide Jean explained, it's a big draw for wildlife.
What sort of animals can we expect to see at the side of the lake here?
Well, as you can see in front, we've got a whole small group of male buffalo out there.
I can't believe how close we are. Well, they haven't run off. I can see they're actually looking at us now.
Yeah.
Are we in danger here, or are we pretty safe?
No, I think we're pretty safe.
Elephants.
Right. Lucky these guys are coming down to the water's edge to dig for fresh water.
Right.
Even though they can't drink the water off the lake because it's soda, they will dig right next to the lake and find fresh water.
It's amazing how peaceful it is.
I think that's the aim of the safari, is just to come out here and get out of the noise of a vehicle. And this is one of the best ways to experience all the sounds and smells.
I'm on a tailor-made deal. If I'd have taken the conventional safari, I'd have missed out on this, as schedules don't usually allow time for extra activities. But with a bit of flexibility and planning, you can break out of the jeeps and make an extraordinary holiday even more memorable. My hotel offers a whole range of activities, including that canoe trip, that you just won't find in most brochures. It has big views across the Great Rift Valley. It's traditionally designed and makes an attractive base. Standard safaris give you plenty of chances to see the animals, but you rarely find out much about the local way of life. I took a mountain bike tour to a nearby village, a real one that's not spruced up for tourists. Time to test out my Swahili.
Jumbo! Hello! Hello!
Jumbo! The guided trip lasts about 3.5 hours, and the going is fairly easy, which is more than you can say for my next adventure into the bush.
For the second part of our safari, we climb bumpily to nearly 7,500 feet to the Ngorongoro crater, one of Tanzania's main tourist attractions.
A deep cauldron-like cavity in the summit of a dormant volcano. The crater forms a natural amphitheatre covering some 100 square miles. The hotel blends into this conservation area so well, you can hardly see it. Up in the high grasslands, animals and the local Maasai tribe coexist. Here, if you build extra time into your schedule, you can take a guided hike through grazing herds of wildebeest and antelope. Well, Jean, we're in the middle of the wildebeest here now. They're running all around us. How safe are we here?
No, we're very safe. They've got no interest in us at all. They actually see us as predators.
Oh, yeah?
So they're more afraid than what we are.
And what do they eat then?
They eat grass exclusively. A lot of animals eat them, actually. They form one of the main food sources out in this ecosystem.
To avoid turning into a food source myself, I asked our Maasai guide, Lazuro, for some help with my spear throwing. Okay, hold it down there, yeah? Okay. You shouldn't be laughing, Lazuro. Okay.
But always in the Maasai, you should have to make sure that your spear going to stand up in this way.
Right.
But not fall down.
Okay.
So I can show you what they do.
I was just giving you a head start.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. He's getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, you see, it's standing up and not down.
Yeah, okay, okay. That's enough, yeah? Cut. So much for my spear skills. Time to head deeper into the crater below. These grasslands are teeming with wildlife, predators, and prey alike. I really wanted to see a hippo, and I got a pond full of them. Well, I guess this is what safaris are all about, John, to come across a lion. Oh, I can't understand that we actually drove here in the Jeep and they didn't move at all.
These lions in the crater see vehicles from the day they are born, so we are no threat to them at all.
This is the conventional way of viewing animals, and you can't knock it. But just by changing your schedule slightly, you can get a lot more out of a holiday, which is extraordinary to start with.
This 7-day tailor-made safari costs from £1,325 per person in May. This includes 2 nights at Mountain Village and 4 nights at the Manyara Serena Lodge on a full board basis. All activities and return flights with transfers, and that's with queue only. That's all from Wish You Were Here in Kerala. I'll see you next time. Details of all the holidays featured can be found on our website at itv.com/wish or ITV text page 656. On the next Wish You Were Here, I go in search of tigers in Nepal, Judy goes bird watching, Roger is in Poland, and Russell is on a tour of Morocco.
Sponsors of Wish You Were Here.